what's up? I'm Trina and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get this makeup look that is very natural, simple, and will last you throughout the whole day because it lasts me throughout the day as a student athlete who's in 2 sports and it does not come off. Okay, let's get into it. I currently just took off all my makeup, as you can see, but we're gonna get started. If you hear any squeaking, by the way, that's my guinea pig Finn. I think a good makeup routine always starts with the base, so I use the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. This stuff, I swear by it. I've used it since I was like, I think 12 or something, like a long time. And I just put it all over my face and then I rub it in. It's very like lightweight, but it also does not let your skin get dry. So it's like a very good balance. The next thing that I use is one of my favorite products I've ever bought. That is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. And I usually get this like a shade darker because I have the lighter shade also, that's this one. But if you get a shade darker, it's kind of like bronzing drops. So I usually go a little bit darker. And then I kind of just put it on each like section of my face. So all like the 4 different spots. And then same thing, rub it all in. So then you have this kind of like little glowy base look, which I love because I like my makeup to look glowy. And then I will go in with kind of like the base. And that is the Dream BB Fresh, it's a long name, Broad Spectrum SPF 30. Looks like that. They have 2 different kinds. I will use either one that they have. I think the other one is like a salicylic acid one. This is the shade 120 Medium Sheer Tint. I will mix this and this, which is the Morphe 2 Hint Hint Skin Tint, and the shade to this, Hint of Ivory. I find that mixing these 2 for the winter creates like my perfect shade because in the summer, you'll see, this one's like a little darker for me, which is great for the summer, but in the winter, I'm pretty pale, so I kind of lose my tan and then it's like too dark for me. So I'll mix that, and then I really like this one because it's like little drops, and then just put a little bit of that. I usually put less on my forehead, and then I'll also put some under my eyes. And I personally always blend this out with the beauty blender. I need to wash mine, so it's kind of gross right now, but I don't know. I've tried to do with my hands. I find that if I do with my hands, it's like too much coverage almost, and I don't like it. And a brush has just never been for me. So I use a beauty blender. You can use whatever you want to blend it, but I find this works really good to just blend it all in and blend the 2 products together. Also, I usually wet mine a little bit. Mine was already wet from earlier. That's why I didn't do that. But I just take a little bit of water and I wet it. I will say though, like I have another makeup routine video from when I was younger and first started my channel. If you watch that, you'll see that my routine has changed like a lot, although I would not recommend watching that. It's kind of embarrassing. I finally found like my routine because in high school I did not have one. I was just using like whatever I had or like whatever I felt like I wanted to try. So it was like a time to try a lot of products, which I think was good, but now I actually know what I like. And I also found out that I like a glowy makeup look. So for concealer, I've always used the same one pretty much, which is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Finish. My shade is Fair Beige, which by the way always sells out. This stuff is like impossible to find, but I need to buy a new one. I'm like running out of it, but I just put that over like any acne that I have. I was just sick and I had a really bad fever, so my skin is kind of breaking out from that. Because I also find that it has like fairly good coverage unless you have like a very red pimple or something. And then this is something that I recently started doing, but I find works really good for concealer. I will take my setting spray and spray it before I blend in the concealer. This is the Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist by e.l.f. If you couldn't tell by now, I love e.l.f. And I basically just spray this and kind of let it sit for a second because I feel like it helps the concealer to like go into your skin. I don't know, maybe it's like a placebo effect thing, but for me it makes sense. So I do that. And then after I let that sit for a minute, I just blend it in again with the beauty blender. So then sometimes I'll go in and put like a little more if I want to kind of like cover something a bit more. But I also find that using my setting powder helps a lot with that. So I'm not going to do that right now. Now it's time for the blush and the contour, which is like one of my favorite parts. Or I wouldn't say contour, I would say bronzer, because I don't know how to contour. We're all gonna be shocked when I say what I use for blush. I use e.l.f. Halo Glow. It recently exploded in my bag. This has lasted me a long time. I think that I bought this back in like June or July, and there's still like a ton in here. So That was way too much on my nose. To go along with that, for bronzer, I use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour Stick. And I just put the blush like high up on my cheekbones, and then I do the bronzer right under. I don't know if this is the correct way to contour, it's just the way that I do it. And once again, we're gonna go in with our beauty blender and blend it all in. I definitely put way too much on my nose, so this is interesting. I'm scared to touch the nose. Oh, and I look like Rudolph. Next, I will go in with my setting powder. I use the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. I don't know, I really like e.l.f. I swear by it. I think it's like really affordable, really good quality, and it lasts a long time. This is in the shade Light, which again, also is always impossible to find. And I just put some in my beauty blender, and then I'll put some under my eyes. Basically anywhere that I put like a lot of concealer. And I also do like this part of my forehead. I think it's called your T-zone. That's the completed like base for the makeup look. Now we can go in and do like all the little detailed stuff, I guess. So I personally don't use a highlighter because I feel like with my products already being so glowy, like a highlighter would be too much. So I don't do that. But I do like an inner eye corner highlight, which for that I use this. It's the Jumbo Eye Pencil by NYX. And normally I get like the pearly one, but they were sold out last time, so I just have a white one right now. And I just take a little bit, put it on the inner corner. And then like this looks like too much, so I take my fingers and just blend it out a little bit, because I don't like mine to be like super harsh, because I used to do that and it looked really bad. For eyebrows, I keep it pretty simple. I just use the e.l.f. Clear Brow and Lash Mascara, and I just take either end, doesn't really matter, and I just kind of brush like my eyebrows to like the shape they're supposed to be. So I kind of brush them up a little bit and then kind of curve them down. I used to brush them straight up, and looking back, that was just not it for me, so I do them like this now. And I don't fill them in or anything because I don't feel like I need to. Like, I feel like my eyebrows are already pretty full. And then I will go in with the setting spray once again and spray my entire face. And then we can do mascara. So I'll curl my eyelashes. I don't know where I got this eyelash curler. I think it's just from Target. I just curl them, I think, like normal. And I have two different mascaras that I like kind of bounce back and forth between. I have the Essence Lash Princess, which I use if I want like a fuller lash look and like kind of more dramatic. And if I want something a little more natural, I use the Sky High by Maybelline. This has been like a day one of mine, so I'm gonna use this one today. So that's one eye done. You can see the difference, and then I will go ahead and do the other eye. So that's the mascara done, and the last thing we're gonna do is lips. And I use this lip stain from e.l.f. and it looks like that. It's a really pretty color. And I just put some on my lips, and I blend it in. On top of that, I will put the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil, and I just put some on top to give it like a nice glossy look. And that is the completed makeup look. Like I said, it was very easy, I think, very natural, and you still look like cute and glowy. So this always lasts me throughout my day at dance practice and throughout my day in class and whatever else I do, throughout naps too. So I would say very good. Hopefully you guys like it if you try it out, or maybe just gave you some new products that you could try. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.